We're in difficult, challenging times, and the president needs as much support, as much prayers as he can. That's all we came to do.
Speaker Gbajagbe Amila confers with President Buhari, assures Nigerians of government's commitment to promoting equitable development.
If you exclude pipeline communities, they can sabotage the entire operation.
More calls for increased equity stake for host oil communities.
Ensure effective IT implementation in Nigeria by providing policy and strategic direction.
Presidency directs NATI to establish reliable data framework for reforms. Plus, Governor Zulum affirms support to local security outfits working with state actors. Many thanks for joining us on NTA Network News. We are live in Abuja. I'm Ian John, and I have Salamatu in Kaduna. Michael Olalaye from Lagos will join us much later. Welcome. The Speaker of the House of Representatives, Femi Gbajagbe Amila, says the prevailing challenges confronting Nigeria, notwithstanding, the Buhari administration is on course in its genuine commitment at taking the country to the next level of socio-economic development. This was while speaking to newsmen in Daura after a closed-door engagement with President Muhammadu Buhari. State House correspondent Adamu Sambo has the reports.
Speaker Femi Gbajagbe Amila was accompanied to the ancient town of Daura by a high-powered delegation from the House of Representatives cutting across party lines. The lawmakers' mission was to rejoice with the Nigerian leader over the successful celebration of this year's Eid al-Kabir. And before the meeting went into a closed session, each of the 30-man delegation got a symbolic presidential elbow greeting in line with the new normal. After the engagement that lasted about 30 minutes, Speaker Femi Gbajagbe Amila told newsmen that the 9th House of Representatives will always stand to be counted in the implementation of President Buhari's vision and mission for a secure, stable and prosperous Nigeria.
We're in difficult, challenging times, and the president needs as much support, as much prayers as he can. That's all we came to do. We've always worked as one body. The party lines have been blurred by the 9th National Assembly, and we'll continue to do that as long as it's in the national interest. That is our mantra. That is what we put forward. That is what underlies everything we do. So in terms of what Nigeria should expect, they should expect that the National Assembly will continue to work assiduously towards the unity, the progress, and the peace of Nigeria.
Is the next level agenda on course?
Absolutely. Absolutely. We came on the mantra of security, anti-corruption, and economy. And if you want to be objective, we are not where we were. The security is still very, 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 very terrible. But a lot of the Boko Haram is decimated. The leaders have been killed. Those who foment trouble have been arrested. So I think we're on course.
President Muhammadu Buhari also granted audience to the Minister of Defense Bashir Magashi, former Ogun State Governor Ibikunle Amosun, and the Group Managing Director of the NNPC, Mele Kolokiari.
Giving us a mandate that anybody holding AK-47 should be dealt with. And we are obliged and we will do our best to see that anybody, not only holding anything, anybody who is going to disturb the peace of this country is well taken care of. We will not rest on ours. The stupidity of some of these people must be taken seriously. By the grace of God, we'll bring an end to this problem of this country.
We can't say that all is well security-wise, no. But I think all the efforts are being geared towards resolving all these insecurities that we have. Banditry, kidnapping, Boko Haram, name it. But I'm sure that we're on the right path. The president, every day, you will see, daily, re-challenging, re-instructing all the service chiefs that they must end this banditry, they must end this insecurity. And I'm sure they are not resting on their oars.
We're here to wish Mr. President well and to continue to benefit from the huge good faith that he has in this country, and for the hope that we all have in him, and to assure him that we are all here to back him up, to support him to succeed.
Activities marking the Salah festivities continue. From Daura, Katsina State, Adamu Sambo, NTA News.
In other news, the senator representing Bayelsa West Senatorial District, Senator Sirake Dixon, has called for the immediate review of development fund for host communities from 3 to 5% before presidential assent. At an interactive session with members of the Senate Press Corps, the former governor of Bayelsa State explained that the 3% passed by the National Assembly might not attract the needed cooperation from host communities.
And it is not a wise decision because you are not dealing with only one community. You are dealing with thousands, hundreds of communities.
Senator Dixon?
Even the transit communities have a stake. I know that people are sense in that. Because if you exclude pipeline communities, they can sabotage the entire operations, isn't it?
Senator Dixon also called for a harmonized version of the Electoral Act Amendment Bill that will reflect what was passed by the House of Representatives. Meanwhile, President Muhammadu Buhari has charged the Nigeria Extractive Industries Transparency Initiative, NATI, to improve on its competence of providing reliable data for national reforms and accountability in the oil, gas and mining industries. Secretary to the Government of the Federation, Boss Mustafa, conveyed the President's directive at the inauguration of the 5th Governing Board of NATI in Abuja. Mitari Ikme reports.
Accountability in the extractive industries is strategic to economic growth and equally central to the anti-corruption agenda of the federal government. This inauguration of the National Stakeholders Working Group, which is NATI's governing board, indicates government's commitment to transparency in the oil, gas and mining industries. Board members are reminded that the stakes are high.
Your assignment is non-partisan because NATI itself is non-political. It is also necessary for me to stress that their appointment is a part-time one. Your mandate as the board of this organization is to ensure effective IT implementation in Nigeria by providing policy and strategic direction, guidance, monitoring, and oversight of IT process in Nigeria.
Former Permanent Secretary, General Services in the Office of the Secretary to the Government of the Federation, Olusegun Adekunle, is chairman of NATI's 15-member board.
Thank Mr. President for considering us worthy of this assignment. We shall therefore work as a team with focus, with dispatch, and with integrity.
55 member countries that have been waiting for this day when a new board will be inaugurated since after 1 year. We are very, very happy and relieved that Nigeria has responded timely to this requirement.
Expectations are high on members of the new NATI governing board to bring their wealth of experience to bear in deepening good governance of the nation's extractive sector. In Abuja, Mitaire Ikben, NTA News.
Now, still with President Muhammadu Buhari, the governing APC will neither relent nor renege in its genuine commitment at achieving a peaceful, stable and prosperous Nigeria for sustainable future. The president, who stated this while addressing members of the Progressives Governors Forum who came to Daura to pay him Salah homage, said the last lap of his administration will be crucial. State House correspondent Adamu Sambo reports.
Members of the Progressives Governors Forum, drawn from the various geopolitical zones of the country, were led to Daura by their chairman and governor of Kebbi State, Abubakar Atiku Bagudu. Apart from felicitating with the president on the successful Salah celebration, the governors are also here to once again say thank you to the Nigerian leader for his selflessness in service to the nation and significant impact on the lives of the people across the country in line with the next level agenda.
You are a father to all, you are equitable, you supported all states, they believe in your transparency and honesty in programs and in execution. We are proud to have you as our leader. We are proud about all your achievements. We are proud in the ideals you are inculcating in all of us and inspiring the nation to join you in building a better Nigeria.
President Muhammadu Buhari, who thanked the APC governors for the show of appreciation, expressed optimism of a better deal for Nigeria and Nigerians in the last lap of his administration.
I think all of us have done our best, and we thank God. Within the resources and time available, God has helped us and we have succeeded. Otherwise, we would have been in trouble because most of the ordinary people didn't and don't care. If you are a leader, you have to deliver. For the time remaining, let's get down to our fundamental responsibility, securing the nation.
Amongst the progressive governors present were those who recently defected from the PDP to the governing APC.
Thank you very much for convincing your constituencies that it is worth joining the APC and that you have the courage to do it. We thank you very much.
How have you been coping since joining the APC?
At the beginning, it was very turbulent, mischief makers everywhere, but I'm very happy that the truth has overtaken a falsehood, and Ebonyi State remains the strongest base of APC in Southeast.
I'm happy to be in the APC family. I feel a good sense of fellow progressiveness among my colleagues. I see sincerity, I see true brotherhood, I see oneness in Nigeria, I see a great hope for this country.
You see the powerful people that are behind me. So we are going to make difference in APC, and I assure you that Zamfara now there is no more any political party, only APC in Zamfara State.
Governor Abubakar Sani Bello of Niger State also gives an update on the security situation in the power state.
The situation is calm at the moment. There has been reduction in attacks. As we speak right now, most of the rural people have gone back to their farms. I think we've made reasonable progress. I hope it gets better, but definitely there has been some improvement.
Governor Sani Bello and his Zamfara State counterpart Bello Muhammad Matawalli, who came with high-powered delegations from their states, were later granted audience separately by the president. From Daura, Katsina State, Adamu Sambu, NTA News.
Away from Daura now, Borno State Governor Professor Babagana Umar Zulum has reiterated the willingness of his administration to work closely with sanctioned bodies involved in curbing criminal activities in the state. The governor also directed the release of cash and food items to volunteers and other vigilante groups when he met with the leadership of the local security outfits at the government house in Maiduguri. Mohammed Goni reports.
Each of the volunteers operating in Maiduguri Metropolitan Council and Jere local government areas, Borno's most populated locations, receive cash, a bag of rice and a gallon of oil. Governor Babagana Umar noted that supporting the volunteers is critical to Borno's complementing of the Nigerian military and other security operatives in the battle with Boko Haram insurgents. The governor paid tribute to fighters and the state's Attorney General and Commissioner for Justice, Kakasho Olaon, whose ministry oversees the volunteers through a Department of Civil Rights Protection, as well as members of the Security Trust Fund and other stakeholders for their sacrifices to restore peace to the state.
I want to announce a token donation of 50 million naira to them.
Governor Zulum said no amount of money or support can match the critical sacrifices made by the volunteers and wish government could do more, but assure them that whenever the financial condition improves, they will be offered bigger support. As part of ways to support volunteers, Governor Zulum during his meeting directed the immediate identification of orphans of deceased volunteers for government-funded enrollment of their children in schools. Leader of the civilian JTF in Borno, Babala Jafar, who spoke on behalf of all volunteers, acknowledged Governor Zulum's continued support to the volunteers across the state and assured him that they will continue to work hard to ensure a return of normalcy to the state. In Maiduguri, Mohammed Goni, NTA News.
And on health, African countries have witnessed a drop in the number of new cases of COVID-19 by 1.7% to nearly 282,000 in the week ending 18th July. The WHO Regional Director, Matshidiso Moeti, said this at this week's virtual briefing with journalists in the African region. Basi Ita Ekman reports that Nigeria's Minister of Health, Dr. Sage Hanire, who was a panelist at this week's briefing, presented Nigeria's COVID-19 intervention situation.
WHO data shows new COVID-19 cases in Africa have slowed down 8 consecutive weeks, driven by a sharp drop in South Africa, which accounted for the bulk of the continent's reported cases. This, the regional director noted, may be short-lived.
Africa's third wave is absolutely not over. The small step forward offers hope and inspiration, but must not mask the big picture for Africa.
Answering questions on Nigeria's plan for the population that were not covered in the first phase of vaccine rollout in the country, the Minister of Health has this to say.
Nigeria's response so far is a state of readiness to confront any increase in the cases that come up. We are doing genetic sequencing to follow the trend and trying to adjust, even in our travel protocols, points of entry. We have carried out surveillance not only at air arriving ports, but also land borders.
The minister also advocated for regional cooperation in safeguarding African borders. The highly transmissible Delta variant, the regional director noted, has been found in 26 African countries. The Alpha variant is in 38 countries and Beta in 35. South Africa's gain remain uncertain, she noted, as protests have disrupted the country's response, including disease surveillance and testing. Violent mass gatherings could also trigger another rise in cases. Basi Taipan, NTA News.
Time for our first break. Please stay.
Is saying thank you to all loyal customers in the Airtel Thanks Cash Token Rewards. Each subscriber stands a chance to win up to 100 million naira every week. To opt in, dial *479# and follow the prompts. To qualify, simply recharge your Airtel number. Each cash token gets you an 8 naira instant cash back, plus a chance to win up to 100 million naira weekly in the National Cash Token Draw, showing every Saturday by 9:30 p.m. on AIT and 8 p.m. on Pop Central DSTV channel 189. All transactions done on *479# are rewarded with more cash tokens, and you can also check your cash token balance via the same code. Only loyal customers of the smartphone network are entitled to the Airtel Cash Token Reward. For more information, simply dial *479# or visit www.airtelthanks.ng. Terms and conditions apply.
Airtel, the smartphone network.
Barakata Sala from the Federal Road Safety Commission.
The Federal Road Safety Corps appreciates the continuous support being received from the motoring public. Road traffic crashes are trending down, and concerted effort is being made by the government to improve on road safety management. As celebration approaches, it is expected that road users will undertake trips to visit families and loved ones. The Corps encourages you to conduct vehicle safety checks before embarking on your trip. Avoid night journeys, use your seat belts, avoid overloading and driving above prescribed speed limits. Comply with road traffic laws and regulations. Prevention is always the best approach to avoid road traffic crashes and injuries. I implore you all to please partner with FRSC to reduce road traffic crashes on our highways. Drive to save a life. I wish you all happy celebrations.
Take this, Mom. You will need it. My tongue is craving something. What it is. Twisco. That's my favorite. Pasta.
Twisco chocolate drink powder is a unique blend of cocoa, milk, and malt fortified with Enofort, a special blend of vitamins and minerals that helps give kids the vitality they need for an action-packed day.
Mommy, let's revolve.
Twisco, power your dream.
With my pregnancy, I started looking for the best of everything for my baby. When I met Molfix Newborn, I said this is the type I'm looking for. The formula of happiness for me is Molfix Newborn. There are no harmful substances in Molfix. I feel very comfortable while my baby sleeps peacefully. With its special umbilical cord and soft upper surface. Come on, mothers, try Molfix Newborn and join our happiness movement.
My son has always dreamt of being in the spotlight. As his mother,
It is my duty to help him live up to his dream. That's why I give him Born Vita every day, which contains iron, zinc, and vitamin C that supports his immunity and gives him the strength to pursue his dreams. Born Vita, strength to dream.
It's 6 o'clock in the morning, getting set for another day. Another chance to change my story. I believe in my hustle. I know be lazy person, but life is just a that big gospels. If it don't close, I go find another. If I fall down, I go try to recover. If it ever walk me, I know they bother. Cause I believe, say, I go surely prosper. They don't get that shit, won't be.
Whatever life brings, we move. Turn up your dreams. MTN, everywhere you go.
Thank you for staying. The first batch of A-29 Super Tucano aircraft have arrived Kano today, 22nd July 2021 at about 12:34 p.m. On hand to receive the aircraft were the Honorable Minister of Defense, Major General Bashir Magashi, retired, the Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Farouk Yahaya, and Chief of the Air Staff, Air Marshal Oladayo Amao. The first batch of 6 of the aircrafts are expected to improve counter-insurgency operations as they are light attack aircrafts which carry a wide variety of weapons, including precision-guided ammunition. The Zamfara State Police Command has rescued 11 out of the 12 travelers abducted along Gusau-Sokoto Road during the just concluded Eid al-Kabir holiday. In a statement by the spokesman of the command, Sheikh Muhammad, the commuters were abducted Wednesday around noon by a large number of armed bandits who blocked the federal highway at Dogo-Kerfi axis. This prompted the police tactical operatives on patrol along the road to quickly mobilize to the location where they engaged in a gun duel with the bandits who were about to take the kidnapped persons to the forest. During the encounter, one of the bandits was neutralized while 11 kidnapped victims were instantly rescued by the operatives. The statement says the command is intensifying efforts to safely rescue the remaining victim. Meanwhile, all the rescued persons have been reunited with their families. And still on security, the Nigerian police force has arraigned one Chinere Igwegbe on a 4-count charge for disseminating false information against former governor of Imo State, Ikedi Ohakim.
After the 4 counts charged were read, the defendant pleaded not guilty to the alleged offences preferred against her. Counsel to the defendant, Ifeanyi Chukwueze, applied for bail while also informing the court that the matter is pending before a federal high court in Abuja, where the Attorney General of the Federation has taken over the case. The prosecution counsel, Rotashang Dimka, did not oppose the bail application, pointing out that granting of bail is at the discretion of the court. Residing Judge Justice Yusuf Halilu granted bail to the defendant at no cost, with 2 shorties residing in Abuja, while the defendant was also ordered to deposit her international passport with the court. In another development, a High Court of the FCT sitting in Jabi has ordered the Interim Caretaker Committee members of Ohaneze Indi Igbo FCT chapter to desist from parading themselves as the interim ESCO members of the organization. The court also dismissed the prayer of the defendant, urging the court to uphold the activities of the Interim Caretaker Committee on grounds that the prayer lacked merit. The Interim Caretaker Committee says it will appeal the judgment.
Nigerian youths under the auspices of Africa's New Dawn are appealing to Nigerians not to submit to the evil plots of mischief makers against the country for disunity and disarray. To this end, the group is to hold up an awareness rally tagged One Love, One Nation, One president to reinvigorate a nationalistic confidence for Nigerians to work for the continuous unity of the country. Justin Bem Onyi brings us details.
Saying that how we intend to carry out this campaign.
The project this youth group is embarking on is premised upon the need to foster a united and peaceful Nigeria devoid of hate and acrimony. They call it a One Love, One Nation, One President awareness rally, which they hope to hold across the country and strategic cities across the world.
This project, One Love, One Nation, One President, it's about Nigeria and its stability. It is about Nigeria and our generation. We cannot allow unpatriotic elements to destroy our national platform.
The rallies to be held abroad is to correct the wrong perception about Nigeria by the international community.
And internationally, we're going to the US, we're visiting United Kingdom, Canada, and Europe. So all these places we are going is to connect with Nigerians and the international community in these countries abroad to make them understand the challenges they are seeing in the media and not as it is presented.
Aba in southeast Nigeria hosts the first rally on the 28th of August 2021. In Abuja, Justin Bem Onyi, NTA News.
Now talking politics, the All Progressives Congress APC in Gombe State has resolved to explore the party's constitutional provision of consensus in electing leaders for the party at all levels in the state. Emmanuel Akila reports that the resolution was reached at a stakeholders meeting in Gombe.
It is a gathering of all APC members, including the big wigs in Gombe State. Acting State Chairman of APC, Nitia Mangal, reveals that the meeting is to prepare members towards the coming nationwide congresses of the ruling party. Congresses will begin from the 31st of July 2021. The meeting came about a 2-point resolution read by Governor Mahamudu Inuwa Yahaya, in which the party adopts consensus in electing leaders at all levels in the state and affirms Governor Inuwa Yahaya as leader of the APC in the state.
It's a general consensus that we reached together with them, and that confirms their confidence both in the party and in the leadership.
The stakeholders believe that with unity among members, consensus is the best option for them in the promotion of peace and good leadership.
It was not difficult for us to unanimously agree that the forthcoming congresses will be conducted through consensus and affirmation.
Consensus is part of what we have seen in the constitution of the party, and it has been allowed by the party. So Gombe State, stakeholders have agreed that number one is consensus.
Shortly after the meeting, Governor Inuwa Yahaya distributes brand new cars to chairmen of the 11 local government areas of the state with a charge on them to ensure good governance. In Gombe, Emmanuel Akila, NTA News.
Away from Gombe now, the need to celebrate Nigerians in diaspora for their contribution towards national development has been brought to the fore. Chairman, Nigerians in Diaspora Commission, Abike Dabirewa, said this in Abuja at a briefing on the forthcoming 2021 National Diaspora Day. Obiagili Ugoke completes the story.
15 years since the present administration launched Diaspora Day celebration in Nigeria on July 25, 2006. Out of the 15 years of its establishment, 14 editions have been celebrated in Nigeria. This year, the Nigerians in Diaspora Commission will utilize events to celebrate about 17 million Nigerians living outside the sovereign boundaries of Nigeria, sending home remittances of approximately $25 billion annually. These achievers, the Commission said, have helped to project Nigeria positively.
So the diaspora is an economic factor. The diaspora is also becoming an investment factor. So apart from remittances, we have the Diaspora Investment Summit where they do come home to see where they can invest.
The 2021 celebration will also focus on several other burning issues, including presentation of national diaspora policy to Nigerians in diaspora.
The idea is to anchor on the levels of peace to accelerate diaspora engagement for national growth and development.
President Muhammadu Buhari, Director General, World Trade Organization, Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala, and other Nigerians in diaspora are expected to address Nigerians living outside the country during the celebration. Obiageli Ugwoke, NTA News.
President Muhammadu Buhari has expressed determination to address the ecological challenges across the country. Head of the Civil Service of the Federation, Folashade Yemi-Esan, who represented the president, reiterated this during the inauguration and handover of erosion, flood and road improvement works at the Amal Pepple Public Servants Estate, Abuja. Abdullahi Ajiya reports.
With the commitment to solve ecological challenges across the country on track, this inauguration is honoring the records of the present government's effort to walk in the talk of infrastructure delivery, especially the ones captured and approved under the Ecological Fund Office. President Muhammadu Buhari, represented by the head of service of the Federation, Folashade Yemi-Esan, said the successful and prompt completion of the erosion, flood and road improvement works further demonstrates federal government's genuine intention to implement its policies spread across the country.
Completion of these projects underscores government's determination and commitment to tackle problems of its citizens, especially in the area of bridging identified infrastructural gaps.
The project, initiated through a request for urgent intervention to the Ecological Fund Office, was awarded in May 2020 with 6 months delivery time, but was completed in 4 months.
This was complemented by the efforts of the close monitoring and honoring of all contractual obligations by the Ecological Fund Office.
It was completely a no-go area. But now it's a total transformation.
Residents and beneficiaries obviously gladdened by the development while thanking government for attending to their infrastructure needs. Abdullahi Ajiya, NTA News.
Let's now join Salamatu in Kaduna for more news. Salamatu, it's over to you.
Thank you. Good evening and a warm welcome to Kaduna. To meet international broadcast standard, the largest television network in Africa, NTA, is widening access for its viewers through various social media platforms. Director General of NTA, Yakubu Ibn Muhammad, echoed this in a message to the inauguration of facilities at the NTA Kaduna Network Center. Suleiman Abdullahi Rugachukun reports.
Meeting logistics and conducive working environment by broadcasting industry remains key in satisfying mandates of educating, informing and entertaining the public. With purposeful leadership, staff are also encouraged while embracing commitment to increase output as demonstrated with the inauguration of Yakubu Ibn Muhammad News and Current Affairs Production Center.
Dedicated to the name of Yakubu Ibn Muhammad, Director General of the NTA.
It is the vision of NTA Kaduna Network Center in tandem with driving corporate mandate of the organization. Executive Director News Muhammad Labo says staff should keep the flag flying by making the best use of the facilities provided.
The strategic importance of NTA Kaduna Network Center being one of the pioneer broadcasting outfits in this country and being our pride, the DG felt there was the need to reposition Kaduna, and that was why the zonal director was brought here. And within the short time that he's been here, he has not disappointed us.
Elated by the development, staff of the Network Center pledged maximum support to management to promote the core values of NTA as Executive Director News tasked them to work for unity, peace and progress of Nigeria. Muhammad Labo inspected facilities at Yakubu Gowon Way and transmission station on Isa Kaita Road. Suleiman Abdullahi Rigachkun, NTA News.
Away from that, Jigawa State government says it has taken rapid response measures aimed at containing the cholera outbreak that claimed 30 lives across 9 local government areas of the state.
Correspondent Awal Muhammad Kazauri, who visited one of the affected communities, has an update on the situation linking the eastern part to the northern part of Kaduna down to the train station.
9 local government areas were affected by the cholera outbreak, with Duse and Hadeja being the worst hit. This is Galadimawa village, an outskirt of Duse, that lost more than 5 people following the outbreak. With the quick intervention of the state government with medications and awareness on the disease, the situation has been contained, as attested to by the community leader.
We are appealing to the government to provide safe drinking water for our people to avoid this kind of health challenge. We are grateful that the State Ministry of Health has done everything to curtail this disease. May God bless this government for their proactive intervention, which has brought the disease under control.
Meanwhile, the state government says it is not resting on its part to end the disease from spreading.
Our drinking water is safe. Some may think all incidents of vomiting and fasting of stool is a cholera case, but the truth is not, because out of over 2,000 patients tested, only 22 were positive. We have done everything possible to address this problem.
Cholera is a bacteria disease that usually comes with severe diarrhea and dehydration that results to death. From Duse, Awal Muhammad Kazauri, NTA News.
And that completes our package from Kaduna. We now rejoin Yere in our Abuja studio.
Many thanks, Salamatu. We're not done yet with the cholera outbreak in parts of the country, as we have 2 guests on standby to shed more light on the matter. I have Dr. Isaac Abuja, a public health specialist, and he's right here in the studio. I also have Dr. Nuhu Solomon Anyagu, who joins me via telephone from Ida, Kogi State. Dr. Anyagwe is the former National Deputy President, Environmental Health Officers Association of Nigeria, and current Provost, College of Health Sciences and Technology, Ida, Kogi State. Many thanks for joining us, gentlemen. All right, so let's begin. I would go straight to you, Dr. Igboja. Reports from the Nigerian Center for Disease Control indicate over 300 deaths from cholera alone in the first half of 2021 from about 15 states. Now, at this point, how can we boost response to stop further mortality while also handling identifiable risk factors for acquiring the disease?
Well, one of the fastest and best way of combating cholera is health education, health mobilization, health awareness. The cholera is caused by a bacteria, and usually due to contaminated water and food. And the more people know about it, the better.
All right, so now, Dr. Anyagu, we've established that prevention is cheaper than cure, yet we seem to have a prevalence of public neglect and nonchalant attitude towards environmental health. Is that perhaps a function of ignorance on the long-term implications of neglect, or the situation has been made worse by a collation of public behavioral factors and the absence of policy implementation? Dr. Anyagu, can you hear me?
Yes. Yes, cholera that we know is an infection that is caused by the consumption of contaminated water and contaminated food. The situation is made worse today because of behavioral attitude of people consuming contaminated water and contaminated food, and the lack of access to safe water, and lack of sanitation and hygiene in the country. So if actually we are out to deal with this problem, then there must be adequate sensitization on the members of the public towards a definite behavioral change. And one of the things that should be mentioned in the course of our health education is provision of adequate safe water, sanitation,
by way of sanitary disposal of feces, food hygiene of hand washing with soap and water. Then again, we have to follow the wash principles and the cooking of food properly before consumption. By the time all these are put in place and observed by the people, I believe cholera outbreak will be greatly controlled in the nation.
All right. Of course, personal hygiene is key. Now, Dr. Abuja, this is happening at a time that we are still battling with COVID-19. And then there is the malaria war. And now this. Is it possible to have an integrated response that factors all of these and coordinates a national strategy that targets local communities?
Certainly. Health education is encompassing, and you can use health education to prevent cholera, to prevent many other related waterborne diseases, as well as COVID-19. That of malaria we already know is very common in our society here. It's endemic, and we need to know what causes all these problems and how they should be prevented. The more we know, the better we are.
Information is key. Thank you so much. So, Dr. Anyago, before I let you go, what are some of the quick win initiatives that we can pursue on the prospects of the environment that can help curb environmental health problems?
Yes. I believe because this problem has been endemic in this country, there are various measures put in place to be able to actually control these sanitation-related disease in the country. So I have said before, and let me mention it again, that provision of adequate safe water for our people is basic. Health education to the people is also very important, and then proper hand washing with soap and water, particularly before preparation of food, after the preparation of food, and after serving the food. This is very, very important. And again, let me just mention here that as a result of the importance of this in our daily life, the United Nations has come up with some set aside some days. We have Global Hand Washing Day, October 15th of every year, then the World Toilet Day, and the World Water Day. All these are days set aside for the education of the members of the public, so that the attitude concerning provision of safe water to the people and observance of hygiene should be carried out by the people.
Thank you so much, Dr. Ayago. We do hope that we'll begin to experience better behaviors from people. Thank you so much, Dr. Abuja, also for your time.
Thank you very much.
Now, away from health issues, President Muhammadu Buhari warmly felicitates with the Secretary of the International Press Institute, IPI, Alhaji Rakim Adedoyin, on the occasion of his 60th birthday. The President joins members of the Nigerian Union of Journalists, Nigerian Guild of Editors, and Nigerian Institute of Public Relations, NIPR, to celebrate with the senior journalist, whose antecedents continue to inspire many in the media profession. President Buhari congratulates the former Commissioner of Information in Kwara State on the milestone preceded by years of hard work and focus that has seen his steady rise in journalism. He commended Adedoyin's patriotism and commitment by projecting the strength of the country and the continent in his representation on the executive board of the IPI. President Buhari praised the Almighty God to grant Adedoyin, fondly called Oloriwe, longer life, good health and strength. Similarly, President Muhammadu Buhari joins members of the All Progressives Congress, APC, in congratulating former governor of Nasarawa State, Senator Abdullahi Adamu, on his 75th birthday, come July 23, 2021. In a congratulatory message, the president felicitates with family, friends, and associates of the senator on the auspicious moment and notes the contributions of the former governor to nation building, serving variously as a member of Constituent Assembly in 1977. Constitutional National Conference, 1995. Minister of State, Works and Housing, 1995, after working in both private and public sector firms in the construction sector that saw the construction of many historic places in Nigeria, like the Murtala Muhammad Square in Kaduna. Let's now join Michael in Lagos. Michael, What's the latest in the Center of Excellence?
Lord, the security mechanism put in place for successful celebration of Salah in the state, urging the security operatives to maintain the momentum. Amaka O reports.
Celebration, like every other festive period, provided opportunity for families and friends to celebrate. Before the Salah holidays, the Commissioner of Police, Lagos State, through the Police Public Relations Officer, assured residents of adequate security as the police had deployed personnel to be on guard.
Specifically, the command went to Oshodi and Oshodi under bridge to raid almost 103 miscreants in the area. We have been receiving complaints of robberies in traffic and of course attack, harassment of people in these axis of the state.
Some residents shared their experiences on situations in their areas.
Security-wise, I would say it's just top-notch in Lagos right now.
I've not had any problem, any story of kidnapping or stealing. Everywhere has been calm and quiet.
This respondent has a contrary view.
Just yesterday, my brother was robbed while coming back, and I think the situation was just very bad. Even when I was going on Monday night, they were robbing, so I had to just sit down in the bus and not come down.
Flash points were properly monitored, and all those black spots were coordinated properly, and we didn't get a hype in insecurity.
Security experts believe that the security apparatus deployed in the state during the Salah celebration should be sustained all through the year. In Lagos, Amaka O, NTA News.
Some Nigerian soldiers wounded during encounter in their various theaters of operations have vowed to return to the battlefield to defeat insurgents. This was when the General Officer commanding 81 Division, Major General Lawrence Fejoku, interacted with the soldiers at the 68th Reference Hospital, Yaba, Lagos. Lynn Neneke reports.
The military has been involved in various theaters of operations. This combatant feat is not without challenges, resulting to loss of limbs and other health issues. These sacrifices were made in defending the Nigerian state and protecting civilians in conflicts. For these two soldiers, popularly known as GOC and Chief of Staff of the wards in the 68th Reference Hospital, Yaba, given the opportunity, they would return to the battlefield.
I sustained a gunshot injury while on my duty post battling with armed men. After getting myself okay, I will go back gallantly to continue my work to serve the nation.
I was amputated with 2 legs. I had bomb blast in Niger Delta for 16 years. I've been on it. So very soon I will go home. So that's why I'm staying long in the hospital. They're now cracking joke as a GOC. So I thank God. Only the living can praise God.
One of the soldiers there, lower limb amputation, is going to get prosthesis.
The General Officer commanding 81 Division interacted with the soldiers in the spirit of the season, pledging the commitment of the leadership to ensure that necessary care is made available as this remains a priority.
You have a very perfect and seamless arrangement covered by insurance to take them to any part of the world if need be.
He took a tour of the medical facility and expressed satisfaction with the management of its commitment towards the well-being of patients. In Lagos, Lynn Lenake, NTA News.
This is NTA Network News. More reports shortly after this break. Please stay.
Will this penalty be the decider? It's going through the player's mind here. You could cut the tension with a knife. Is there one more twist in this long, rocky road to the final? And here's the kick, and he scores! They've taken the win, they're through.
Don't worry, my boy. There's always the next time.
every match with Glow special data plans. For everything Glow, dial *777#. Great supporters of football. Glow.
We are StarTimes, the most affordable digital pay TV platform with the widest signal coverage in Nigeria, dedicated to bringing the best TV entertainment around the world to your screen. From Hollywood to Bollywood to Nollywood, we offer the most affordable subscription. Enjoy over 75 channels for as low as 1,700 naira, like Nat Geo Wild, BBC, ESPN, and premium sports like Emirates FA Cup, La Liga, Bundesliga, wrestling. What's more exciting? We have the most flexible payment options in Nigeria. Don't dull. Join us now for an exciting journey. StarTimes. Enjoy digital life.
Nigerian youths are about the greatest assets the country has at the moment. It is therefore not surprising that the administration of President Muhammadu Buhari is strategically responding to the yearnings of the youth through multiple projects and programs. Youth entrepreneurship support, yes, by Bank of Industry, the Youth Investment Fund by the CBN, and several other conditional cash transfer programs. Recruitment of 774,000 social workers, majority of whom are youths, and so many other projects that are beneficial to youths directly or indirectly. If the administration can do all this, definitely with a degree of patience and time, it can achieve more. Nigerian youths must come together to say no to terrorism, no to vandalism, and no to all disruptive tendencies. Hashtag Youth for Greater Nigeria. Pacifying the youths, unifying the nation.
GoTV Biggie Goals promo don't land. Better digging levels, better grooves, no hard at all on top GoTV. Make you not miss this a woof as GoTV price don't go down low for inside Biggie Goals promo. Now you fit get GoTV decoder, GoTenna with 1 month max subscription will be 9,500 naira before for 6,900 naira now. See discount. Make yourself enjoy football for inside your house. Cross your leg, watch BB Niger drama and shows for Africa Magic and international series them. Biggie Goals promo now for you. Better discount. Go get your own now for only 6,900 naira to enjoy max levels for GoTV. This offer no go to tell. GoTV. Love it.
Glad to have you back. We can now confirm that 19 commuters have lost their lives, while 7 others suffered serious injuries following a road crash that occurred at Mowe Ibafo along Lagos-Ibadan Expressway on Wednesday evening. Lekon Agwande reports that many of the passengers were returning to Lagos State from Ibadan after Salah celebration.
Next account revealed that the vehicle had 25 people instead of 18 passengers, and the driver of the vehicle allegedly overtook an ongoing vehicle, lost control and rammed into a broken down truck by the roadside. NTA News gathered that 13 out of the passengers died instantly, while 6 others who suffered serious injuries died at a private hospital where they were receiving treatment. The cause of the accident was allegedly attributed to overloading and overspeeding by the driver, who showed a reckless disregard to traffic rules.
3 factors cause this accident: the human factor, which is the man, the mechanical factor, which is the vehicle, and the environment factor, which is the road.
For now, 2 male and 4 female and a minor are receiving treatment at the hospital, while the wreckage of the commercial vehicle and the broken down truck had been cleared off the road to restore free flow of traffic on Lagos-Ibadan Expressway. In Abeokuta, Lekon Agmode, NTA News.
We do sincerely apologize for some unpalatable sins there. Now time for sports. Tamara Ibiwe is our guide.
Thank you, Yenre. Welcome to Sports Update. With just a day to the opening ceremony of the long-awaited Tokyo Olympic Games, Team Nigeria captain and table tennis sensation Aruna Quadri says Team Nigeria are ready to compete and make podium finishes. He added he's under no pressure as Team Nigeria captain.
We are looking forward to giving our best. This is the strongest Olympic game so far, and the reason I'm saying this is because we are having a lot of top 100 players in the draws, if you can check very well. So I think it's going to be the strongest Olympic Games so far. And I think I'm just here to give my best. No pressure. We will see how it will go.
Team Nigeria table tennis, we have the legend here, Segun Toriola, so it's a big one for us, and with his level of experience, I think it's going to help us push us through, and yeah, we just need to do our best and leave the rest to God.
We're enjoying ourselves, and hopefully by the grace of God, this helps us, succeed later on. And I would like to say also that our training section is going well, and we all are improving, and we are trying as much as possible to keep our performances up there.
And now Guinea has reversed an earlier decision to pull out of the Olympics and will send a delegation of 5 athletes to the Tokyo Games. Minister of Sports Sanusi Bantama Sow made the announcement Thursday after national and international outcries followed an earlier declaration that Guinea would not send athletes to Tokyo, blaming the coronavirus pandemic and its variants. Brazil started off their Tokyo Olympic men's football campaign in an impressive fashion as striker Richarlison struck a stunning hat-trick inside 30 minutes as the defending champions beat Germany 4-2 in their opening Group D game Thursday. In other matches, Australia stunned Argentina 2-0. Japan beat South Africa 1-0, while Romania defeated Honduras 1-0, and Egypt claimed a shock goalless draw with Spain. Talking the Nigeria Professional Football League now, week 34 of the NPFL, played Thursday, saw Dakada United whip Adamawa United 4-0. Wiki Tourists suffered 3-1 defeat to Kwara United. FC Fanyu Badru 1-all with Eyimba, while Abia Warriors and Heartland ended 2-1. And that's Sports Update. Back to Nyeri.
Many thanks, Tamara. And that's Network News tonight. Many thanks for being a part of it. Do enjoy the rest of your night. And please remember, the fight against rape is still on. Be a part of it. Good night.